good is one of the more nebulous alignments because it almost seems like an oxymoron. Most people tend to consider it the realm of brutal heroes, the ones that don't mind smashing a few skulls for the greater good. Just as in the last segment, these sorts of characters can fit into the alignment. However, our new terminology allows for it to be a bit more broad than that. We are dealing with selfless individuals who are unprincipled, people who believe in little but are compelled to do good anyway. This is odd when compared to many of the other alignments, as it almost seems to describe a lack of motivation. How can someone who doesn't believe in ideals such as justice and freedom still act for the sake of others? Well, our examples today can help us shed a little light on the issue. Our first example is not only defiant to his superiors, but every waking breath is a little spit in the face to every member of his kind. Our first example of chaotic good is Hellboy. Hellboy is a man born to do evil, but raised to be good. He's ashamed of his demonic blood and serves his adopted father in the Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense by helping to protect humanity from the things above in the night. What makes him chaotic is that despite saving humans on a regular basis, Hellboy doesn't really believe in his cause. He knows that humans can be just as bad, if not worse, than the things he fights against. His relationship with most people, be they human or otherwise, is typically cynical at best. Further, he's not really the type of man who dwells on things such as morality, honor, or responsibility. Big Red is very much a man who acts on his feelings in any given situation. Yet what makes him good is his deep-seated need to live up to the ones that he loves. The two main driving forces for Hellboy are the love of his father and Liz, and his shame of being a demon. He strives to protect the innocent and to be honorable, not because he believes in these notions, but because he wants to make his loved ones proud. Our next example similarly finds himself compelled to selfless acts, though against his better judgment, able to make the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. Our second example is Han Solo. The Captain of the Millennium Falcon would tend to agree with the gamers who would claim that he's chaotic neutral. He views himself as a smuggler who's nowhere near as dirty as a Hutt, but still looks out for himself first. Unfortunately for Han, throughout the original Star Wars trilogy, we see him continually put himself in danger to help others, even though he knows that it would be more profitable for him to just cut and run. He doesn't really believe in the rebel cause or even in keeping his word, so why does he keep trying to leave and dragging himself back every time? The simple fact is that despite himself, Han cares for others. He wants to be detached and free to only care for himself. He wants to be chaotic neutral. But whenever Chewbacca, Luke, or Leia are in trouble, he'll groan, save them, and then tell them that they owe him. Some might argue that he's more selfish than that he helps the Rebel Alliance because he wants Leia, and helping the cause is the best way to win her. I can see the logic in this argument if it wasn't for the fact that he was ready to give her up in The Return of the Jedi. He actually tells Leia that if she wants to be with Luke, he won't stand in their way. Han, I'm afraid, is too squishy for his own swagger. What these two men have in common tells us a great deal about the motivations of an unprincipled, selfless character. They both have a cynical view of how the world works, born from their difficult pasts. This has caused them to be distrustful of organization, and to view concepts such as honor and justice as shallow concepts that only chumps cling to. Yet despite this, both men are driven by key individuals and moments in their lives to help others. They don't hold any ideals dear, they hold people dear. It's this sort of motivation that leads so many chaotic good characters to do the necessary ugly things to protect those around them. So now that we've taken a look at both chaotic extremes, and we've seen Deadpool and Han Solo wander away from their expected roles, next time why don't we take a look and see what it means to be chaotic neutral.